So Dermot, it's really quiet here right now, but things are going to start kicking up. This is the green room backstage here for tonight's show.
Does look pretty green. I give you that. Alright, so what's going to be happening next?
Well, we're going to have like the Ireland's superstar country music star Nathan Carter, so he's going to be here.
He's going to be right here?
He's going to be right here. That's his seat, that one there, that first one you see, so that's where he's going to go. So we're going to give a quick run through maybe and see what's happening here tonight. Yeah, let's go. Okay, so we're just coming out of the green room and we're going backstage. We're going to see all the gear, so whoa, look at all this gear. So here we go. Let's see what's happening. Whoa, we've seen that big truck out the front, and it's a brand new stage, a brand new system compared to what he had here last year. So it's going to be really exciting for the people, and lots of new songs and things like that.
Can't wait to see it.
So we're upstairs in level 7 in the Tinteán Theatre in Ballybunion. It's a very exciting night for us tonight, I suppose, guys, and we're delighted to be joined by the chairman of the Tinteán Theatre, Jimmy Deenihan, who's here with us. And maybe Jimmy, are you excited about this evening here in the Tinteán?
Oh, absolutely. Nathan Carter is probably the most popular now country western singer in the whole country.
Absolutely.
And can you imagine, like, we have a full house tonight, and if we had him on tomorrow night again, we'd probably have 2 full houses.
Oh yeah.
So he's hugely popular, and he loves performing here in the Tinteán. He loves coming back here because it's one of the finest theatres in the country, and that's acknowledged, and all his team acknowledges that. And they find it very easy to work here as well, because it's, I suppose, the way the layout of the theatre. And even though we have our own new sound system now, he's brought in additional sound system to make sure that everything works very well. So it should be a very exciting night.
Yeah, I hear it's a whole new setup. The stage is different to last time. So it's exciting. He keeps coming back to us, but he keeps bringing something new.
Yeah, I suppose it's his third time, and he mentions every time when he comes to the Tinteán how much he really likes Ballybunion. And I know the last time that he was here, he stayed overnight and he had a great time. And he really likes the Kerry people and the Ballybunion people also. And I know that Jack, that you love his song "The Wagon Wheel." That's your favorite.
Man, it's iconic. Like, yeah. I mean, everybody knows that. We grew up with that. Like, listening, sitting in the bar, like, and that Wagon Wheel song would be playing. It really like embedded itself into the culture. Yeah. What a classic hit that was.
Yeah, really
we actually have wagon wheels that we're going to give him.
It's a kind of energy on the stage that kind of connects with people. That chemistry with his audience.
Yeah.
And his fitness, and of course he's highly talented. But the fact that he can both, I suppose, he's a very good musician apart from being a great singer.
Yeah. He plays about 3 instruments, I think.
It's a combination of so many different things, but he's definitely one of the greatest, stars in our country at this moment of time, and we're so lucky to have him.
Yeah,
absolutely. Because as you say, it's not just about musical talent; it's about his ability as a performer, and I think part of that comes through him being a genuinely nice person. Yeah. And he brings that across on stage.
And he's very accessible to people. When he goes out after his show, despite the fact that he'd put a lot of energy into it, but he goes on and meet people, and he has that conviviality with people that he finds it very easy. He's never stressed or anything. He doesn't want to go away. He signs autographs all night.
Yeah. That's right, and I think that's a very important point, Jimmy, you just raised there, because he was conscious on this trip to the Tinteán that he wanted to make himself available to meet the people beforehand tonight, because he's got another engagement that he's got to leave here and travel all the way up to Belfast tonight. But he told us that he really wanted to meet the people and give them that opportunity. So what you say there is true, like.
Yeah, other acts, if they don't have the time after, they just don't have the time after, and you can understand that too. But he made a point of making himself available by coming that bit earlier.
My only disappointment this year is that his grandmother is not with him, and because last year I told her I'd give her a book about my sporting life, and she was very interested in it, and unfortunately I didn't send it to her, but I've had it now for her. I brought it out this evening. I'm sure Nathan will pass it on to her.
Yeah,
I'm sure he will, because he speaks very eloquently all of the time about his nana, I know that she means so much to him, and she comes on so many tours and things, and last year we were very lucky here that we had both his granddad and his nana with him here, and we had a lovely evening with them also.
And also she brought him to the Fleadh na Cure in the Stole when he was a young lad.
Right.
So they have that big connection here with North Kerry, and that's where Nathan, I suppose, really started as a musician, and he got that confidence, I suppose, winning awards and so on. But so she has that connection with a very, I suppose, positive connection with North Kerry and with Listowel and Ballybunion going back over the years. So we can really claim Nathan Carter as one of our own.
We'll claim him. No problem with that.
So Jimmy, it's fantastic tonight. Like, the weather is good, and we know that there's so many other things going on with hurling matches tomorrow and this evening also. But to fill out this fantastic theatre tonight for him is a huge success.
It is, and people are coming here from all over the place. Yeah. And actually, it's very difficult to get accommodation here in Ballybunion and Listowel. Listowel was full last night, and here in Ballybunion, so people have travelled here from long distances because he is such a huge fan club, and they just can't get enough of him live. One thing seeing him online, social media, but you need to see the person on stage and to get that energy and that
get the real experience of it.
I suppose, Dermot, you were speaking earlier on about it also, and you know, like the financial and the social benefit that this event in the Tinteán will have for the town itself in Ballybunion.
Yeah, exactly. Because you expect a weekend in July, Ballybunion is going to be busy. We all expect that just as a given. But when the weather doesn't play ball, it doesn't necessarily go that way. And I know there's very few people around Ballybunion other than the fact that we have such a great show happening in the Tinteán. So it's great to have that extra benefit.
But of course, we wouldn't be able to have it but for the fact that the Tinteán is here. And we have to refer back, I suppose, to the vision of Micheál Carr. And he didn't think small.
No.
I remember at the time, I wanted him to do a kind of a St. John's theatre that we have in Listowel with Doon Church. But no, he thought bigger. He wanted to have a major theatre in Ballybunion. And the idea was that he would develop a whole troupe that would travel all over the world, and that they would perform here during the summer, and then they'd travel during the winter. And he realised that to some extent. So I think when people think about the Tinteán, they should just think about Micheál, his vision, because we wouldn't be here but for him. And we have something really special here that I think that we can reach out further afield even than Ireland and bring people in here. Because where do you get that combination of sea and also land all together? And it's surrounded, you know, by a really traditional country as well, that's steeped in the traditional arts. And it's a country music town, Ballybunion, always has been, going back to the 60s, 70s. It was the centre of the show band scene. There were 3 major halls in Ballybunion, and you'd have 3 of the biggest show bands in the country here performing on the same night. And they'd be all full. I remember, I'm older than you guys, but I remember that quite well, back in the late 60s and 70s. But Ballybunion was the centre of the entertainment industry in Ireland back then. So it's great that Nathan Carter now, and through this theatre and the fact we have it here, can continue that great tradition.
Yeah, absolutely. You spoke there about how you're involved in the beginnings of the Tinteán. You're also a big part in getting it back open when it did, unfortunately.
Well, absolutely. And Micheál, I advised him that it probably was a bit too big maybe for Ballybunion, because I'd been involved in St. John's, but Micheál was very tunnel visioned and he went ahead with it. But look, I was there to help him. I was up in the Dáil at the time, and I was there to help him get grant aid and make that contact with Sheila De Valero, who was a minister at the time and who was a very good friend of mine. So all those contacts helped Micheál, but it was Micheál that was the driver. A lot of people helped him on the way, and I was delighted to be of assistance to him. But at the end of the day, it was Micheál that was the man in that sense. And now, like, it's great to be part of it now with all of you. And we have something really special here that's going to get bigger. I can see getting much bigger in the future, and we have proven that it works now.
That's very good. So Jimmy, I suppose on a lighter note, we know how fond you are of the country music yourself, and you told me earlier on when we were walking up the steps about your fondness for Nathan Carter's new song, Listen to the Radio. So is there a possibility maybe that you'll do a duet tonight with him on that?
If he suddenly calls me from the audience, I'd be up.
Give it a
But I would say I'd have a lot of competition for that.
Very good.
Yeah.
Well, thank you so much for joining us, Jimmy. I know you're very busy. We're absolutely delighted to have you. We'll certainly be having you back in the future if you have us.
And I think this is a great initiative.
Yeah.
And I think it'll connect Tinteán with people all over the world.
Yes.
Yeah. Yes.
Thanks so much,
Amazing.
Jimmy.
Thanks, Jimmy.
Thank you.
Thank you.
That's brilliant. Let's bring a bit of light.
Okay, guys. So once again, welcome back here to, like I said earlier, on level 7, the top tier in the Tinteán Theatre here in Ballybunion. This is where all the decisions are made and where all the hiring and firing is done. But
We're usually not allowed in here.
so we're after taking over. So anything could actually happen here. But we're delighted to be joined here this evening by, I suppose, the team behind the man himself, Nathan Carter. So I'm delighted to welcome Ger Butler, who's the road manager. Welcome, Ger.
Thank you very much for having me. How are you?
And I'd like to welcome the Dancing with the Stars superhero, his brother, Mr. Nathan Carter. So welcome,
Jake,
Carter.
I just walked in and straight invited in.
You know you can talk. That's why.
Come and chat rubbish for a while.
That's basically the game plan.
Yes, it is. Just a bit of crack. So, Jake, tell us, is this your first time in Ballybunion?
I think it's my second time in Ballybunion. I was here as a child and I fell down a hole on the beach. That's all I remember.
Okay.
My mum and dad always had a story of being in Ballybunion. I think it was a flower one year.
In
And I
Listowel.
was only about 2.
Right.
And I was running along the beach and then fell down a hole. So
Yeah.
that's my infamous Ballybunion story. I don't remember it. This is my first time back.
Why
since.
weren't you rushing back? Yeah. I don't
I'd
understand.
say this time as his mum has wished. She kept him
So this is my second time here, yeah.
Okay, very good. So, Ger, maybe you'll tell us a little bit about, I suppose, behind the scenes and what it's all about, the travelling up and down, the unglamorous part of the road.
Look, it's a bit of crack, to be honest with you. Every gig is the same, but it's not the same.
Yeah.
You know, you've got different loadings, you've got different people to deal with, like yourselves, and I don't mind driving. None of us mind driving, you know. So it's good crack. Like we were in Bundoran last night, we're in Ballybunion tonight. Off tomorrow night, but we're going to have to see Shania Twain and the Corrs over in London in Hyde Park tomorrow.
Wow.
No, that doesn't impress me much. Oh, yeah, to do it.
Whose bed is your boots been on?
Jake, I suppose we spoke earlier on with Jimmy Deenihan, who was the chairman of the Tinteán, and we spoke, I suppose, quite in depth about Nathan and the fan base and things like that. And we know, like, how devoted he is to the fans, because even tonight here in the Tinteán, like, he was very conscious that he wanted to meet the fans, and he's made a special effort this evening. He's meeting them beforehand, where he can't meet them after the show because he's got to head up the country. So maybe you'll tell us a bit about the connection with the fans.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, I don't know how he does it, to be honest. Like, even when I'm gigging with my band, I go and do the gig and I just want to get home. Like, I don't know how he stays for like 2 hours after, but I think it's a big part of the country scene as well, that I think that's why those people love it, because they get a full insight, they get to meet the singers and the acts, and they really feel like they get to know them, do you know what I mean? And it's more than just seeing them on stage, it's getting to know them on a personal level. And I think that's why it's Nathan's been so successful for so many years, is because he is so open with the fans and they get to know him, and the same fans then come to every gig. Kind of, you get fans coming, travelling all over the country, not just in Ireland. They go to Scotland or England or Spain, so they'll be travelling literally everywhere. But I think it's a testament to him and all the other acts that do it as well, and it's definitely an extra part that doesn't happen necessarily in the other kind of pop or rock scene or whatever.
Yeah. We were saying that it's unique. We thought among, like, a lot of acts come here, they'll stay on for a little bit, sure, but if it's awkward for them, and we understand why, because, you know, it's tough being on the road. But if it is awkward, they're gone. But as I say, Nathan, he realised he couldn't stay after. He was looking for that other option. Well, I'll meet them before. Yeah. So, you know, you can see why the fans would appreciate that.
I think we're all just on, you know, the one level. Like, even though, you know, you have the likes of Nathan Carter and Jerry Grine, lads like that have, you know, like a status within the scene, people feel that they're on the same level, and the singers like to see them people on the same level as them as well. You know,
Yeah, it's fantastic.
there's no airs and graces in our scene.
Yeah. It's a testament to the success, I suppose, Ger. We spoke earlier on because Jack here is a huge lover of I suppose the super hit, the wagon wheel, and I suppose we were interested to know, if we can get a blast of it tonight, and maybe the new song, which seems to be going really, really well as well. Listen to the radio, so maybe boys, you could give us a bit of insight, or we might get a blast of him tonight.
Oh, you'll definitely, like, you could not have a Nathan Carter show without wagon wheel. Definitely not. And that's like any singer that has a hit. They have to sing that song every single night. Like, I know that one night was friends of mine that went to Christy Moore, and sure, Christy has so many hits. He can't actually sing them all. Yeah. But they came out giving out. They were like, he didn't sing this, and he didn't sing that, and he didn't sing the other. But like, he still managed to nail a good few of them. But regarding the new single, is he putting that out tonight? Did he sing it last night?
So yeah. The new single was a duet though with a band called Tully. So obviously it's completely different than when he's got to sing it all by himself. But I know they were rehearsing it last night's gig, so it probably will be spun out tonight.
It might happen tonight.
Yeah, it's fantastic. So Jake, like, you have a huge success with your own music and the pop culture and things like that, and we'll say, did you ever go down the country music aisle or do anything like that?
I guess the very start, whenever I first moved over, there would have been a hint of kind of country in the stuff that I did, but I was always not much more, but I was always into like kind of the modern country acts, the likes of Brad Paisley and Hunter Hayes and Keith Urban, which is essentially pop music with a banjo. And I always loved bands like McFly and Busted and Take That growing up. So then eventually when I started writing and releasing my own music, it was very much down the line of that kind of pop route. But I've always been around the country scene. I've always been following Nathan, and I've been very lucky. I'm working with the lads now the last couple of months when I'm not gigging myself. I'm on the road with the lads pretending to work anyway, but we won't tell them that.
He gets paid. Jake's a fiddle player.
Yeah,
all right.
I wish. I haven't played fiddle.
You have a fiddle.
10 years.
He's on the fiddle. Which is it?
I think why some people call me a singer. I own a microphone. I play for a few songs, but it's something I've always been around. I used to travel over when I was 13 because I used to be able to fly by myself with Ryanair when you were 13, and Nathan was 21 at that stage. I'm giving away his age here now. But I remember I was always around it, you know what I mean? He couldn't really get rid of me. I was probably the really annoying younger brother that was just constantly wanted to be around him, and he was so young at that age and probably was just kind of taken off. It was a couple of years before Wagon Wheel. So I was probably very annoying back then to him, but I've kind of always been around it, and it's great to see it still thriving and doing so well.
Yeah. But I suppose like Jake has just said there, Ger, like, the wagon wheel is going so long, but every time that Nathan comes out and sings that song, he gives it, like, seems to be 1,000,000% more every time.
He enjoys it because he gets such feedback from the crowd. The crowd are like on their feet, they're loving the song, and sure, he loves that. Any artist loves that you get that audience participation. Just gets the whole place going.
It's brilliant.
And I remember from the last few times he's been here, a lot of young people in the crowd, like children. So like for some of our guests tonight, it'll be the first time they've heard it live. So just because it's definitely not the first time for Nathan, it's the first time for someone. So do you think he kind of carries that appreciation when he's performing?
Oh yeah, he loves the new audience, and every night he always asks people up their hands if you've not seen him before. It's good to know.
Yeah, of course.
But it's just one of them songs, like people just, they love it. Like I DJ'd last week after one of Nathan's gigs because their DJ let them down, so I ended up having to DJ the gig. And I haven't DJ'd since like 2019. And you're there, you're pure rust. And I was on Spotify and I was like,
that's big.
I was Googling top 20 songs for the Irish wedding market, and all of them, like you play to get the floor filled, and all the playlists had Wagon Wheel in it. Every single one of them,
That's unbelievable.
It's just mad.
Yeah. Dermot, you might tell us about the significance, I suppose, of the sellout tonight, what that means for the theatre, for all of us giving our time, and for the town itself here in Ballybunion. Yeah,
so like we were talking about earlier, that this is a volunteer run theatre, which it's a lot of people giving a lot of time and working quite hard to make these things happen, and sometimes it can be hard to sell shows. We've had a lot of really great acts. It doesn't always sell out, but you bring someone like Nathan in, it's a big boost for us. He'll get us those ticket sales, and that brings people in, gives us a chance to show the theatre off, hopefully people enjoy it when they're here. So it's obviously very big for the theatre. It's big for Ballybunion. We were talking earlier about how this is July. It doesn't look like July half the time we look out.
Depends on what time. Depends on what time in the day, though.
Exactly. And so we have Ballybunion surprisingly quiet for July, but there are people around now. And why are they around? Because Nathan Carter's here.
That's brilliant. Yeah.
That is the reason tonight, because we spoke about it earlier on backstage with the hurling going on this weekend. Like Ballybunion is consumed in the summertime by Cork people and Limerick people,
and we're delighted to have them.
And this is a proud Limerick man, but like,
on the banner.
When they're playing, it affects Ballybunion quite a lot, but not tonight.
That's great.
So,
And to be honest though, this is the first time I was in the theatre, and you don't expect such nice venues when you come to such rural towns as well.
Yeah.
So it's nice to see, and it really is a stunning theatre, and it's a testament to yourselves, lads.
That's cool. Yeah.
So just before we let you go, we want to show you something. This is a secret, okay? So it's just between the 5 of us right now. But this magician here on my left-hand side, Jack, has done a portrait of Nathan. So we're going to show it to you and see what you think of it, and we're going to present it to him later on.
Oh, very good.
Okay.
You're not actually a magician then, no? You're an artist, right?
So guys, what do you think of that?
Oh, that's class.
Oh,
Very good. Brilliant.
Yeah.
Brilliant. Well
How
done.
long did that take you?
About 2-3 hours. Yeah.
Jeez, fair play.
Yeah.
It's really nice.
Happy days.
And thank you so much, Jack.
Yeah.
Good man yourself.
Hope he likes it now.
Yeah.
So guys, thank you so much for not having a clue what this was about.
Thanks so much for inviting us in.
We hope that ye also have a good night here with us tonight. So
I'm sure we will.
thanks a million from everybody.
Fair
Thanks
play.
a lot.
Well done,
Okay.
lads.
Guys.
Thank you.
Okay, guys. So for everybody that's out watching in, we want to welcome you back here to headquarters at level 7 in the Tinteán Theatre in Ballybunion.
Best seats in the house.
Best seats in the house, and we're really pleased to be joined by the country superstar himself, Nathan Carter. Here, thank you for joining us.
What an honour.
It feels like home.
Feels like home. Good. This is your 3rd time in Ballybunion, so you like coming back to see us.
Love it.
Love
Yeah.
it. I'm just really, it's such a shame that I can't stay, because I had such a good time.
Stay in my house.
I'm going to flying from Belfast in the morning to go and see Shania Twain, and the Courge are playing in Hyde Park. So only for that, I would be on that beach in the morning.
Absolutely.
That's absolutely class.
We were saying earlier, we were very impressed that a lot of acts, when they're in a rush, because we can understand acts are often in a rush, but a lot of acts, they're in a rush. You still made the time to come and do a meet and greet, which I think, I know your friends.
Anytime I can do it, I try my best to do it, because we have so many of the same people that come all the time, and they've come to expect a meet and greet.
Yes.
So you'd be recognising faces.
I'd know most of the names.
Yeah, wow.
And they come to Killarney, they come to Limerick, they come to Cork, they travel all over, you know. So, so I couldn't do it after the gig, because we're going to Dublin tonight to get that flight from Belfast in the morning. So I was like, we'll come early and just see if I didn't know if anyone would turn up. So you guys, obviously, whoever looks after the email, sent it out. We're going to do a meet and greet at half 5.
It was a fantastic turnout.
I know.
In fairness.
The lobby was full.
Yeah.
So.
And it meant, I think even it meant so much more to those people today, you know, when they felt that you made that extra special effort, because you could be gone out the back door and gone also, but it means an awful lot to them.
Yeah, no, listen, a lot of the venues were not allowed to do it. Like, we were in the Boyd Gosh in Dublin last week, and there's something like a £2,000 charge if you stay over the time limit, which normally a meet and greet can take an hour, you know what I mean? Especially if there was like 1,600 people on it, so it would take an hour and a bit. So Peter Aiken was like, Nathan, you're not doing it. No worries. So there's some venues you can't do it. Others you can.
So we've been downstairs, Nathan. The place is absolutely hopping. Like, we've only got 15 minutes to go, and we're not going to delay you. But we've got loads of requests. And
Are you
people
going to tell the people what the phone call you just made?
Well,
what's this?
well, maybe if you're okay
Someone
with it.
mixed up my suit bag last night. And one of the lads took my suit bag home with them after the gig.
Oh no.
And they crumpled it up. So my suit and my shirt is a complete mess.
Oh,
so he's busy ringing people. When you bring an iron, he's bringing an iron, boy.
So we've
He's
got
on stage in 15 minutes. Let's go.
The glamorous side.
We've got an iron. Billy Brosnan, the taxi man, is bringing an iron down from down the road, and we're trying to get somebody to iron it, but we'll figure that one out.
We'll get there.
It'll be alright in the night.
Nathan, I suppose the new hit is absolutely on fire. Listen to the radio, and I know like that's with the band Tully. Are we going to get a blast of it tonight, or is it on the list?
I was meant to do it tonight, and we didn't run it at soundcheck. So
Okay.
you see, I released that song with Tully, and for a lot of people probably won't know of Tully. They're a female group from Fermanagh, and they were singing for years, and then life happened. They got married, had kids, so they all stopped singing. Now they're back together, and they're all in their 40s. And actually, I take that back. One of them's 34. So the song is in 2 different keys because obviously they sing a lot higher than me. Okay. So if I'm to do it on my own, I need to do a different arrangement. Just in my key. Of course. So we didn't get a chance for it. But thanks. No, I'm really happy.
Oh, it's a big hit down in Munster anyway. And in the sound check earlier on, we got a couple of verses of The Boat to Liverpool. Is that on the list?
It is.
Yeah, it is. Okay. Oh, that's brilliant. Yeah,
and I haven't sang that in 6 months.
Haven't 6? Okay.
That's why I had to run it there because I forget lyrics. If I don't sing something for more than, if I stop singing it for a month, the lyrics are gone.
Of course, yeah. But it's a song that
Everything
resonates.
Alzheimer's, I think.
It's a song that resonates quite a lot with this side of the country. People that would have left, to go to England working and things like that. So.
Well, Liverpool is full of Irish people. They say it's the capital of Ireland is Liverpool, but it's. I wrote that with. Who did I write that with? A friend of mine, Joe McShane, and we done a video for it. And in the video is Charlie Lansborough, who's a famous singer from Liverpool, and another guy from a program called The Royal Family, a guy called Ricky Tomlinson. And he's playing the banjo on the video. Yeah, so that was a good old video. That was one of my favourite videos to be honest.
Our own Jack, who's our media expert here, is a real #1 fan of the Wagon Wheel, so we're hoping we get a blast of that for Jack. Isn't that right, Jack?
So much so. Oh, damn it, where is it? Oh, here we go. I think I should have pressed it. That's a Wagon Wheel, folks. Also another present, which is probably a lot better.
Jack also got you another present. So
yeah, a lot better.
I just want to get this, and Jack's going to present you with this.
Would you believe I don't even like Wagon Wheel?
Oh no!
There you go, Jack. So Jack's.
I do this.
Jack's done this.
I did. I draw through.
Yeah.
Look at that. Good man. Fair play.
Yeah, you can keep that now.
That's great, isn't it?
Yeah.
What did you use for that? Crayons?
No, charcoal and pencil, and a nice deep 6B pencil.
Very good.
Yeah, you sing it in the moment.
My teeth could have done with a clean, but
oh no! I get the eraser there.
Thank you very much.
Oh no,
no how long did that take?
It took about 3 hours, but yeah, it was nice.
The hair's on point today.
You gotta get the hair. Nice.
So then we're going to let you go, but I know the Ballygunion crowd are bananas to see you, and I've never been asked this before, but many people out there have said, Timmy, do you think he's going to come off the stage and run up through the crowd tonight? Well, I don't know if this is going to be on Gareth or not. So what do you think, Dermot? Are we?
I'm buzzing. Can't wait.
Yeah.
We've been talking about this all day, and now we're minutes away.
Yeah.
So.
Thanks for having me on. Anyway.
Oh, thanks
a pleasure.
Thanks a million.
I'd say just disappointed I can't stay.
Another time.
I won't be. Shania Twain won't be here next
year.
We'll keep you to that.
Yeah.
So from level 7 upstairs, we're out. Thanks very much.
Cheers, guys.
The one and only